Reason number 4. The ACT is better than the SAT. Reason number 4. The adrenaline rush that you feel. When you feel the adrenaline rush, you will speed up naturally. The ACT is a speed test. It has many more questions in a short amount of time than the SAT does. You have to be fast. And you will speed through those questions You will speed through those questions effortlessly because you will have prepared in advance. And the questions will be almost the same as you already prepared for. And you won't have to worry about too many crazy tricks. Most of the tricks will be tricks you're already well aware of. It's like doing a level in a video game that you've already done many times before. That's why the ACT feels comfortable. The adrenaline rush you feel when you show up for the real test on test day, you're going to feel it naturally. The other people around you are going to be anxious, and it's going to make you feel anxious. And you're going to feel like your whole future is on the line. On the SAT, they're trying to lay new traps for you all the time. They're trying to be more difficult in general. You're supposed to take more time to consider things, and they give you more time, but you're going to feel rushed. It's a natural response to this important test. On the ACT, the natural response of anxiety will help you. You will go through the questions quickly. You will go through them without effort. You will be in a state of flow. And it feels really wonderful when it happens. And hopefully because you've practiced with 10 real practice tests, I want you to take 10 real or as close as you can to real practice tests beforehand. And after each test, go over them. Get expert explanations like the ones I'm giving you on these videos. You need to even get expert explanations on the questions you answered correctly. You sometimes answered them correctly because you guessed, or because you only knew the slow way to do it, not the fast way, or you got it right the fast and best way possible. Congratulations. But wouldn't you like to know a second or third way to have done the question? Yes. If you want to do well on the test, you want to know. And you can improve very quickly with preparation. Preparation for these admission tests is my estimation, the most important thing. Preparation for these admission tests is going to give you the most ROI, the most return on your investment in time and effort, and maybe even money. Reason number 5, the guessing penalty, the so-called guessing penalty. Do I want to say there is still a guessing penalty or not? By the way, let's be historically accurate. There was no guessing penalty. It was score neutral. If you guessed blindly, you would have an expected value of 0, neither an increase nor a decrease. Even though there's no guessing penalty, and therefore you do want to guess every single question you don't know, the ACT will reward your guessing better. The ACT rewards guesses better because it's more obvious what the answer should be. When you eliminate a few answers and make an educated guess, you have a much better chance on the ACT. Why? Because the SAT is trapping you with bait answers. It's like clickbait for your university life. It's like the SAT is putting out clickbait, and when you click on it, you just don't get to go to university. When it comes to guessing on the ACT, the choices are straightforward enough that if you can eliminate 1 or 2 choices, you're already having a great positive expected value where you'll probably get more answers right. Go ahead and guess. On the SAT, you're going to guess also, but they put so many traps. They're like clickbait. Now, clickbait on a YouTube video means getting a video you didn't really want to see, and you just go back and watch another. Getting clickbaited by the answer choices of the SAT means you guessed it wrong. Or you didn't even think you were guessing. You thought you were doing it right, but they tricked you. I will do more videos in future going through SAT questions so that you can learn the common tricks that you need to look out for. But they're always coming up with new ones, so you won't be able to be ready for all of them. For the ACT, luckily, you will be. Here's another comparison. Job interviews. or university admission interviews. When you go to a very elite university, they often will interview you. And often the questions at a job interview or university interview are the same all the time. And you could even find out what they're going to be in advance, and you could prepare for them. Although preparing for those responses, they won't come across naturally. You don't want to be robotically memorized for a real interview. But for the ACT test, no one's checking out your personality. The Scantron sheets are being marked by a computer. They're looking for your bubbles. So if you already know the tricks, you know the trick questions that are going to come, you're ready for them, you get the right answer. On the SAT, it's like an interview where they came up with a few brand new killer trick questions. I myself went to a job interview for marketing at Procter & Gamble. They flew me into the headquarters, lots of interviews with lots of product managers. Some of the interviews were insane. I had no idea what they were doing, and I voiced my displeasure. One day I have to talk about the crazy interviews that I had at Procter & Gamble. I didn't even know what marketing was, and when I found out what it was, I did not like it. I said, this is bad. Marketing is bad. However, I can now see that there is a good side to marketing and a bad side to marketing, and I would like to start marketing. I've done very little marketing. Enough of my rant on this. The main thing is I'm joining social media for the 2020s, including 2019, and I'm going to do some marketing, because how am I going to impact 2 million students if I hide? How am I going to spread the message of how to do well in university? How are people going to get into university and get big scholarships and have amazing careers and open themselves up to a wider life? It's not just the things you study. I mean, it affects what major you'll be thinking you can take or what you'll be allowed to take. It affects which university you'll go to. It affects who your friends will be for the rest of your life, the people you meet at university in different environments. It affects whether you're able to afford to go to a great university of scholarships. It affects your career. It affects what jobs you'll get, not only right after university, but even when you're 30, 40, 50 years old, you'll still be benefiting from this SAT and ACT test you take in high school. So those were the first 5 reasons. I'm going to give 5 more in another video as to why the ACT is better than the SAT. However, just to remind you of the overall picture, I want you to take both the ACT and the SAT. I would like you to take both of them 3 times each. That's a total of 6 times. If you have enough time. If you don't have enough time or resources, if you were only going to do, say, 3 in total, do the ACT twice and the SAT once. We'll get more into that later. And if you're only going to do 1 test only, well, that's a really bad choice. I've given you 5 reasons so far. I'm going to give you another 5 in the next video. Remember, you're already brilliant. You just need to let your light shine through.